So it's going to be a lot of fun spending these next hour or so with you guys and making you guys laugh. You guys seem like you're an awesome crowd. As a matter of fact, you are an awesome crowd. So are you ready for your next comedian?
Yeah.
All right. So your next comedian, he's been doing comedy for about maybe half a year or so now, and he gets around all over Los Angeles and the Inland Empire where he's from. And ladies and gentlemen, he's here tonight. Please put your hands together for Anthony Silva. All right.
Hello everybody, how you doing? So excited to be here. This is my first time speaking in the house of the Lord. Hopefully we can make him laugh. As you heard, my name's Anthony Silva, and you're looking at me and you're like, Silva, but he's white. Right? It confuses people. It's cool. Yeah, so you heard my name's Anthony Silva, and I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, and maybe we become friends. Right? Sounds good, right? Everybody needs new friends. Especially a white friend. So, I'm originally from the desert. Yeah, so that means no matter where you're at, you're deserted. It's pretty sad. So, I grew up in Nevada, and if you've been to Nevada, you know that there's only 3 things to see out there. Vegas, Reno, and dirt. And then there's only 3 things to do out there. Get a tan, get a sunburn, and see a mirage. I didn't tan, obviously. I got sunburn every year, so yeah, you can call me redneck, it's cool. No big deal. And to be honest, I saw a mirage once too. And to make a long story real short, if everything around you is fuzzy and it doesn't make any sense because fish are jumping out of dirt saying, there's no water, it's probably a mirage. All I'm saying is, don't dive headfirst into dirt. Now I'm going to point out the obvious. There's a couple obvious things about me. One of them is I'm vertically challenged. I don't mind. You should see me when I go on tour. I bring a booster stage so everyone in the back can see me. You know? And I don't mind being short. It's cool because I save money. That's right. I save money on airfare because I can fit in overhead compartments. Bag check? No thanks. I save money on clothes too, because I can shop in the youth section. Less material, less money. And the really cool thing too is I get all the really cool kid designs like Spider-Man and Yo Gabba Gabba. But one thing that makes me really, really sad about being short though, is that when I go to hang out with my family, they're like giant corn-fed farm people. And I'm this like little city-raised runt, you know? And so it's like, to make myself feel better, I just sit at the kids' table. You know, at least I'm proportionate or bigger. It's not bad. And to be honest, I'm gonna straight tell you right now, I wouldn't want to be tall. That's a whole new set of problems, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're tall, you gotta make sure you don't hit your head on stuff. Whoa! It's horrible. And when you're like that, you gotta shop at special stores, like Big and Tall and Sears Husky, and those are just embarrassing to be in. But you know what the worst part about being tall is, though? I think the worst part about being tall is that everyone expects you to be some great athlete or something, like some football or basketball player. And I know if I went head-to-head with my vertical counterparts, I'd lose. That's fine. But you know what? There's one thing I could beat any tall person in. You wanna know what that is? Limbo. Just think about it. I'm not gonna have to bend nearly as far back. I'm already closer to the ground. Sounds like fun, huh? Now, I guess I should just point out the other obvious thing that I already said is I'm white. Yeah, and I don't know if you know this, but white people wanted everything white. Just look at the facts. White bread, white wine, white house. Talk about greedy. And I'm on that white welfare too. You know, it's like my dad pays for my phone, my mom pays for my car, my grandma pays for my rent. White welfare. I'm also on the regular side of welfare too, because I'm paying for some of y'all. It's cool. I'm not picking strawberries. All I'm saying is I love fruit. Now, just to touch back on the white thing again real quick though, is I was watching the news, and I heard on the news somebody say that by the year 2048, white people will be endangered. Yeah, that means the only time you're going to see a white person is in a zoo. Right? Locked up behind bars, they're going to have tours, and there's Homo sapien Caucasian paying for all the crimes against humanity. All I'm saying, being white in 2013, you're automatically not cool. So since we're becoming friends right now, I feel like I should let you know about my family a little bit. And I'm the oldest of 5 kids. No one cares about my family, that's nice. No, yeah, I'm the oldest of 5 kids, which means we're 3 short from being a happen Latin family. Right, all I need is another primo and a tia. And growing up, you know, I think I was a good big brother. You know, I spent time with my siblings, did all the typical big brother things, like make them do things I don't want to do. Mom says wash the dishes, Mom says take out the trash, Mom says mow the lawn, while I'm skateboarding. No, I did spend a lot of time with them, and it's like, I remember the games we would play. We had the best games ever, you know, because we used our imagination. And my 3 favorite games playing with my siblings when I was growing up was bury your sister in the sandbox, push your other sister off the slide, and hide your little baby brother's DVD so you can play video games on the big screen. Talk about brotherly love, right? And this is going to bring me to this very important point. Like, I love kids in a very good way. Like, I love kids. They're just so awesome. And I think it's because they can get away with doing things that us adults can't. You know, like if you're a kid, you can sit there and shove food in your face and make a mess all over yourself, all over the table, all over the floor, and you don't have to pick it up. Right? And when you're a kid, you can go outside, play all day, be smelly, skip a shower or bath, and still go to school the next day. Could you imagine if I went to work sitting in my office? Mr. Silva, you need to put this on my... Oh. Did you shower? No. I felt like being 12. It is what it is, right? No, but I do love kids, but I feel real bad for babies. You know, it's like, because they can't talk, they can't let you know what's going on with them, and it's really sad because everybody you know, when you have a baby, they want to pick it up and kiss it, and hug and kiss it, and you know the baby is sitting there thinking like, Uncle Frank, your breath smells like cigars. Please stop with the kisses. And Aunt Betty, your perfume is just, ugh. And if you're Uncle Frank and Aunt Betty here tonight, I'm sure your breath is fabulous and you smell lovely. But it's like, I love kids, but I really love my friends' kids. Yeah, it's best because it's like, I can go over there, play with them, hang out, I just get to leave. You know, I can go over there with candy and chocolate, get them all hyped up, and just leave. And then they're sitting there dealing with the mess. It's so funny, especially when I go to my friend Steve's house, because it's like I pull up outside, and he's Mexican, so it looks like an adoption center outside. There's his 6 kids, the 6 neighbor kids. And I'm white, so they're just like, want? Raise? Yeah. No, so, like, I love my friends' kids, but it's because I love my friends so much. I have the best group of friends, and I think it's because we're so ethnically different, you know, and I get to learn about so many different cultures, especially when we eat. And I'm not talking about what we eat, I'm talking about how we eat. We eat so differently. Like, my Asian friend, he eats like a panda bear. 10 minutes later. I mean, y'all seen Dragon Ball Z, right? Just bowls and bowls of rice. It's ridiculous. My Indian friend, he eats like an elephant. I mean, he chews like a camel, you know, spitting with every bite. It's horrible. I gotta leave the dining room table, go into my room, shut my sliding door, close my room door, turn my fan on, turn the TV on, and I still hear. And I thought Indian people had manners. And I just gotta clarify, he's East Indian. And I have to tell that to people because they're just not sure if he's a dot or a feather, you know? I mean, there's 2 types of Indians. It's not our fault Christopher Columbus wasn't very smart and ended up somewhere we didn't want to be. All I'm saying is that we would all be a lot happier and a lot of people wouldn't have died if you wouldn't have came here. So, I want to touch up and tell you about a couple other things that I love a lot, and one of them is TV. I know it's not important, but I love it because I'm lazy. Okay? And the two of my favorite shows are out right now. One of them is Amish Mafia. It's the craziest show. Y'all have seen it, right? They have stone buys on buggies and beer burglars. And I thought Amish people only made butter and magic fireplaces. It's crazy. And then my other favorite show is The Walking Dead. It's about zombies, in case you didn't know. And it's crazy because I'm sitting there watching it and I'm thinking to myself, it's like, did these zombies ever get tired of eating the same thing over and over? You know? Or they like go to the doctor and develop high blood pressure or cholesterol? The doctor's like, Mr. Johnson, you really need to cut back on this red meat. You know what? It's like, every time I do that joke, I think, shouldn't Arnold Schwarzenegger be the voiceover for all zombies? It's already close enough, right? Like, Mr. Schwarzenegger, you need to cut back on the red meat. The other thing I love a lot, that's not important in life, is cars. That's right. And it's because there's a different type of car for every type of person in the world, you know? Like, there's a sports car for people who like me, who are like, I'm cool, look at my cheesy smile, bumping my music with my sunglasses. All I'm saying is people in LA are very, very materialistic. And then there's the truck, right? Everybody knows about the truck. For the people who are like, I'm a manly man, I need to haul manly things like my dirt bike and wood. Yeah! And then the minivan, right? I have 6 kids, I want them to be with me at all time, look at my family stickers. And then the SUV, right? It's like, I have 6 kids, but I'm still cool. This guy's not. I mean, isn't the minivan like the epitome of like, your life is not going where you want it to be unless you really love and wanted kids? But then the last thing is motorcycles. And you know, it's like, my stepbrother got a motorcycle 2 weeks ago. Within 2 weeks, got into an accident. And just 2 weeks before that, he was telling me, he's like, dude, I'm getting a bike. You should totally get a bike, man. And I'm like, I'm not getting a bike. He's like, come on, man. Like, won't God watch over you? And I'm like, that's why I'm not getting a bike. You enjoying your show tonight? Yeah. Okay. I got one more joke for y'all. And then I gotta go away, and we'll have to become friends some other day. Find me on Facebook or something. But so, my East Indian friend, right? He's a cool guy. I love him to death, right? But one thing is like, he is a horrible driver. Horrible. And he's East Indian. And I could have sworn he'd be a better driver with all the caddies in his family. My name is Anthony Silva. Thank you, everybody.
All right, one more time, please put your hands together for Anthony Silva, ladies and gentlemen. All right. You know what, if he wasn't my friend, I might be highly offended about that joke about big people, tall people, okay? I'm like 6 feet, 5'11", depending on the day and how tired I am, so. I want to tell you guys a story once again about my co-workers. You know, I became a facility manager about a year ago, matter of fact, in October last year. And one of the things after 3 months being the facility manager, I noticed, it was my birthday, December 11th. You know, I was promoted in October. December 11th, I'm looking in the mirror and guess what I noticed? A gray hair. One gray, I'm 36 years old by the way, and I noticed the gray hair. And I was like, oh, my employees, oh, it's on now. So one thing I like to do to my employees, you know, is, you know, when I have something for them, let's say I have a certificate for them, or I have a nameplate for them for their booth, or for their name or whatnot, I'll have an envelope and I'll go to their booth and I'll be like, okay, so Abu Taher, you know, you've been working for quite a long time, you know, we've had our ups and downs, you know, and you know, you do a really good job here, but you know, here and here, you know, you really make mistakes, and then you know, but you know, for the most part, you're doing okay. So on that note, Abu Taher, and I pull out the envelope. Congratulations, you're still in the running for America's Next Top Cashier. Priceless. Their face is priceless. Okay, so one of the things that my employees like to do is invite me out with them. And I try not to do that because, it's just not good for business. So one particular day they decided that they wanted to invite me to this place called the Barn Bar, okay? And if you can imagine, just what it sounds like is what it was like, okay? They were like, come on down, Abraham, you might, meet a chick or something. And I'm just like, okay, no, okay, let me just go out so that I don't have to stay home. So I went to hang out with them, and it was rowdy. I guess you could say, in this barn bar, everybody was just horsing around. No bull. It was really bad. It was really bad that somebody threw a glass and I had to duck. I just heard it go by me like that. So everything was really rowdy until guess who walked in? The pigs. Yeah, they had on their tied-on, uniforms and their little, their guns, and they came in. Everybody straightened up really quick. So I was like, forget this, man. It's time for me to get a drink. So I went to the bar, and I ordered myself a glass of milk. Before you know it, I ended up buying the whole cow. Yes. So you can imagine after a while, I went to the bartender, and I was like, where is the outhouse? Where is the outhouse? And the bartender, which was a mule, was like, you can't get in without the donkey. So, yes, I soon realized that the barn bar was not for me, okay? But one of the things that I did like about the barn bar was that the drinks were really, really cheap. Really cheap. So, I want to tell you guys one more thing. But like I was saying, my niece lives with me, right? And my little, her daughter the other day, my sister comes to visit, look out for them, babysit them and whatnot. My little baby niece, she's 4 years old, Sadie. She tells my sister, which they call Mama Bear, she's like, Mama Bear, I know how to pick a bunny. And we're like, what? I know how to pick a bunny. And we're like, what is she saying? And it just dawned on us. She was saying that she knows how to speak Spanish. Really? You know how to pick up on it, baby? Okay.